"I need to tell you something," she said, her hands trembling around her coffee mug. "I'm bisexual, and I think I want to explore that. Maybe we could try an open relationship." The air in our kitchen went still. The hum of the refrigerator became the only sound between us. I remember staring at her, waiting for her to laugh, to say it was a joke or some half-baked thought she'd regret saying out loud. But her eyes didn't flicker. They were calm, rehearsed, like she'd been holding this line in her mouth for weeks, maybe months. We'd been together for 4 years, lived together for 2, shared bills, groceries, dreams of a quiet home with a garden, and maybe a dog. She was my person, or at least I thought she was. "What are you saying?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She exhaled, looking relieved that the words were finally out. "I still love you. That hasn't changed. But I've always felt like there's a part of me I've never explored. I don't want to lie to you or cheat. I just want honesty. Freedom. Freedom." That word hit harder than any confession could. I wanted to scream, "You're free. You've always been free." But instead, I just stared at the coffee between us, gone cold, like everything else in that moment. That night, I barely slept. Every creak in the apartment sounded like something breaking: trust, safety, love. I replayed our last few months in my head, searching for signs I'd missed. The sudden nights out with friends from work. The phone always face down. The way she'd started saying "I" instead of "we." And maybe the cruelest part, I didn't think she'd been unfaithful. Not yet. But emotionally, she was already gone. By morning, I realized she'd already decided. She wasn't asking for permission. She was telling me what was going to happen. I went to work that day on autopilot. I answered emails, nodded in meetings, pretended to be okay. But inside, something was cracking open. That night, when I came home, she was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone. "I think we should talk," I said. She nodded, set the phone down gently, and looked at me with that same soft, infuriating calm. "I don't think I can do this," I told her. "I can't share you. Not emotionally, not physically." Her lips parted. "I thought you'd at least consider it." I did, for 12 hours straight. And every part of me says no. She blinked away a tear, maybe from guilt, maybe from disappointment that I wasn't the understanding partner she'd hoped for. "I don't want to lose you," she whispered. "You already did." I left that night with a suitcase and a heartbeat that felt like it was being dragged through glass. The months after were brutal. There's a specific kind of loneliness that comes from losing someone who's still alive, still posting pictures, still laughing with friends like nothing happened. I blocked her on everything after seeing one photo too many. Her at a bar, arms slung casually around another woman. The caption read, "Finally living honestly." It was supposed to hurt less with time. It didn't. I kept asking myself if I'd been too rigid, too old-fashioned. Maybe love was supposed to evolve, to expand. Maybe I was the one who couldn't keep up. But then I realized something. Love isn't about keeping up. It's about being chosen. Every day, in every way. And she hadn't chosen me. She'd chosen herself. There's a kind of betrayal that doesn't come from lies, but from truth delivered too late. 6 months later, I met Sarah. She was a graphic designer who laughed too loud and listened too hard. We met at a mutual friend's game night, and she beat everyone at Scrabble with the word serenity. Our first date wasn't romantic. It was honest. Over dinner, she told me she'd been cheated on 2 years ago, that she'd promised herself never to settle for being someone's option again. I remember smiling, a tired kind of smile. "Me too," I said. She tilted her head. "So what happened to you?" I hesitated, then told her. All of it. The open relationship talk, the walking away, the nights of silence afterward. I expected her to pity me. Instead, she said quietly, "You did the right thing. You didn't leave her. You chose yourself." That sentence hit me harder than any breakup ever had. We started slow. No pretending, no performing. Just honesty. She texted when she said she would. She showed up when she promised to. I stopped waiting for the other shoe to drop. And for the first time in years, I felt steady. One evening, Nearly a year after my ex's confession, I ran into her at a cafe. She looked different, happier, maybe, or just lighter. She spotted me and smiled like we were old friends. "I heard you're seeing someone," she said. "Yeah, Sarah." Her smile faltered for a second, then returned. "I'm happy for you." "Thanks." There was a pause. Then she added, "You know, I thought I'd find what I was missing, but I just ended up realizing I had it already." It wasn't an apology, not really, just an admission wrapped in regret. And I didn't hate her for it. I just nodded. "I hope you find peace," I said. "I think I'm still looking for it," she replied softly. When I walked out of that cafe, I didn't feel victorious. I didn't feel vindicated. I just felt free. Love, I realized, isn't about open doors or closed hearts. It's about the quiet decision to stay every single day. And the one I'm with now, she stays. She chooses me. Every morning, every night. That's all I ever wanted.